Hello, hello. How are you today? Let's take a deep breath together. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you've checked out some of the other videos, the chakra course, the meditation course, and you are well on your way to creating more self-awareness from a loving heart, which is something that I want to spend a few minutes talking about today, which is what will it take for you to choose a joyful and loving life? I know this is something that I hear about all the time from students and clients is, they want a life that is where they feel like they're full of love. They feel like they're living their purpose. They feel joyful. So what holds us back? There's a few things that I've recognized over the years that hold me back, that seem to hold other people back, and that seems to be our identification with the negative things, right? The things that we feel like we kind of associate with, or that they're part of our biography, right? Some of the things that we've gone through in life, our traumas, our trials, our tests, right? Some of the things that we've gone through sort of become part of our personality because they were hard, right? They were hard, so we don't want to let them go. We don't want to feel like we didn't go through that because we got through it. It made us stronger. It's part of who we are. So to let that go completely and to be happy and to be joyful, I think that some of us think we're letting that go and saying as if it never happened, but that's not true, right? These are the things that make life more enjoyable because we've seen the other side. And it's incorporated into who we are, right? These are the core things that really help us to understand love more efficiently, to understand what joy is, right? To really touch love and touch joy because we've been through these experiences. So it doesn't take away the fact that you've been through this. In fact, it adds to it. It's what makes you who you are. It can, right? It can contribute to greater joy, greater happiness, greater love when we recognize these things as means to increase our ability to hold, to know that we're strong enough, to know that we're capable enough to be in whatever is showing up for us in life. And I know that some of these things are ridiculously challenging for some of you, for some of us. I know. So I'm not minimizing that. I talk about that in some of my other videos. Anything that I say, I'm never minimizing that. I understand the struggle to varying degrees. I don't understand everybody's struggles. I understand mine. And I know that life is this beautiful, fragile thing that is meant to be enjoyed. And it's meant to, from this place, from this blooming, from this growth of these experiences, when we choose love and joy, it's that much more expansive. It's that much greater because we can hold this essence of the emotion behind it. It's almost like a grief or a loss, right? And then the beauty of wow, life contains all these things at the same time. That is mind-blowing, right? It really is. And so to sit there in the middle of it, and for me, I just recognize that life is so much bigger than I can imagine. So when I get caught up in the smaller thinking, anything that is deemed kind of negative, you notice that it makes you smaller in your mind and in your energy and in your ability to love and extend your love out into the world, because we're worried, we have anxiety, we feel sad, we feel all these things. But when you can hold both, again, because we're not bypassing any of it, these are your emotions and feelings and the way that things are. When we can have that and recognize the vastness and the beauty of what life is in every moment, you can't help but to, you take a deep breath and you're just like, yeah, this is life. Like, life is meant to be lived and to follow your heart. What does it mean to follow your heart? What if you've never followed your heart before? When you have moments of quiet, whether you're enjoying nature, you're going for a walk, you're meditating, you're reading spiritual texts, you're writing, you're doing something that you love. It could be cooking, gardening, having a conversation with a loved one or a friend. And you have these creative, I like to call them creative moments, where you get insight into, ooh, that would be really cool to do or to try. And I feel like so much of the time we ignore that because it's kind of fleeting and we're in sort of a different state of mind. So when we come back to like our, when we start to move on with our day, we change our state of mind, that stuff, like that creative moment, fades very easily. It's like waking up from a dream, right? We don't really remember our dreams. But when we choose to remember that and to listen to its effect that it had on our heart, right? How we felt expansive for that one moment, right? Remember that. Write it down as a note in a journal, in your phone, however it works. And then we act on that, right? We go to a symphony, whatever the calling is. We go buy an easel and some paint, or even just grab a pencil and a piece of paper. Doesn't have to be this huge setup. We decide that we're going to drive to the beach. We decide we're going to read that book. We're going to take that class. We're going to take that step toward that creative moment that we had that's inspiring us to live from our hearts and live in joy no matter what is going on in our life, right? Even in those most challenging times, it's still speaking to us. We still have those moments. Don't let them fly away. Instead, breathe it in and let it expand out and see where it takes you. Carve out small bits of time. Don't make it a big thing, because then you'll never do it. Excuse me. But do the thing a little bit and then let that expand. Maybe you find out, oh yeah, that was pretty cool, or it introduces you to something else and you have another creative moment and another creative moment. And so you start to build this life around these inspiring creative moments that guide you from your heart, from your soul, increasing your energy. And life is still unfolding, right? And so we're flexing this new kind of muscle in our life. We're choosing to live from love and joy. So we're flexing this muscle. The more we flex it, the stronger it becomes. The stronger we become in the rest of our lives as they unfold, the things that we can't control. So the more that you listen to your heart and you build those muscles of listening and acting upon those creative moments, inspirational moments, soul-filled moments, we become stronger for the other things in the life that are challenging, that are tough. Even stronger for not only ourselves, but for other people that need that love and strength. We become pillars, just radiating, not even through the words or anything like that, but through our actions and our being, as we increase our own energy by listening to the intuition of our heart. That's how we live a more joyful and love-centered life. It's just making the choice, take those little steps, open the journal, write, pick up the rock, find beauty in it. Whatever it is for you, whatever those inspirational, creative, amazing things are for you, just go for it. And let me know how that goes. Let me know what it is for you. I'd love to hear what your creative inspiration is. And if you need a little nudge of encouragement, then let me give it to you. Write it in the comments. Share this with your friend. Do it with a friend. Have a challenge, right? How many times this week did you listen to your intuition and your creativity? Have a little challenge with your family. Make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Life is beautiful, you guys. It is beautiful. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please share and subscribe and do all those things to this channel. I love it. I love doing this. I love sharing with you guys. It means a lot anytime that you show up and spend your time with me and hang out. So namaste.